Hello and welcome. Today we are looking at the Parrot Mambo Fly. This agile little drone has optical flow positioning with a camera at the bottom of it. It also has an altitude sensor. It is compatible with several accessories that you could mount on top of it. And it is app compatible with a lot of automated features such as auto takeoff, auto land, and so on. So let's take a closer look. Now the drone comes in this simple square white box. Says Parrot Mambo Fly, become a pilot. And down here you have a listing of its features such as flight stabilization, smartphone control, 360 acrobatics. You can actually code on this quadcopter. So a lot of neat features there. Here on the side you could see a listing of some of its accessories such as an FPV camera, 720p FPV, a little pellet shooter cannon. You can use the fly pad with this, and there's a little grabber that you could mount on top. So a total of 3 accessories and a controller that you can use. And right here at the back you see the quadcopter flying and how the app looks like. So very nice setup and very simple. Here we'll open it up, and everything's very plainly laid out, very simple, straightforward. Right here you have the instruction manual taped onto the cardboard. Here you have the quadcopter, its battery, a little clip that I assume that you can mount right here at the top so you could put things on it, and a micro USB cable to charge it. So let's pull everything out here. The battery, and basically this little clip here is, you can just mount it right here at the top, and then you could put like a little paper or something on top of it, like so, right here at the top. So when you fly the quadcopter, you can, you can clip certain things on there, like so. So it's real useful and really nice. So now let's sort all this. One last look at the contents of the box. You have the drone itself. It's a LiPo battery, which is a 3.7 volt 550 milliamp LiPo battery, and this battery takes about half hour to 45 minutes to charge with this included micro USB cable, and it gives the drone about an 8 to 9 minute flight time, which is pretty good. And then last but not least, we have the little clip that we looked at earlier that you can mount on top of here and put certain things. And in fact, you can mount other things on here, such as Legos. Here I have some Legos, and so you could put little Legos on here and fly with the Legos. So these sorry about that, these little rings here, they give you 6 here. You can mount all sorts of little Legos and things on there, and this is used primarily to put the 3 accessories such as the grabber, the little pellet shooter, and the FPV camera. So now let's take a closer look at the quadcopter. Now, taking a closer look at this small drone, it is really interesting looking, very cool, with its glowing eyes that have different colors, green and red and orange, depending on certain statuses. It is a brushed motor quadcopter, and as you can see, there's different colored propellers to denote the orientation. It has good rubbery landing legs there at the bottom, and down here you could see its altitude sensors, and there's a camera right there that it's a very low res camera, but it's used to maintain its position with optical flow. And this actually does take pictures with that little camera, but they're mainly of the ground, and they're very low resolution. So not really good to take pictures, but if you can manage to fly this at a very high altitude and maybe take a couple of pictures with that, you might be able to get maybe some trees or something. But right there is its altitude sensor as well. I believe it's like some sort of a sonic sensor as well, and that works very well as well. And it's very well built, has a good weight to it. Right here is where you'd pop in the battery. And right here in the back, there's a little light, and there's also the port for the micro USB cable to either charge this or to connect it to a computer to either view files or do firmware updates, or maybe even put some code into this and program it. So very well laid out. And as we mentioned earlier, here at the top are the little Lego type rings on the top to mount certain things. And as you can see there, it says Parrot. And that's about it. Not too many lights for orientation, mainly the front lights, the eyes there, and a little light there in the back. And those are all its lights. And it's very well built. The propeller guards are pretty easy to add and remove. You just snap them on and off. And if you take them off, you might get a little slightly more flight time. So yeah, very neat little quadcopter. So now let's look at its setup with its app, and we'll take it for a little flight. So now looking at the mobile device setup of this quadcopter, you will need to go to either the iOS or Android app stores and download Free Flight Mini. And so once you download that, you would run it now. This drone primarily connects through Bluetooth and doesn't seem to be using Wi-Fi. So you wouldn't use your typical Wi-Fi connection. You just make sure your Bluetooth is activated, and you would launch the app. And once you launch the app, it will search for the drone and it will connect to it. And so right now, it's connected to the drone, and there may be a firmware update and maybe some notifications and some things you have to agree to once you first launch the app. But the connection is very straightforward with the Bluetooth. And then here in the app, this mini app, which is used also with many of the other Parrot mini drones, you have several options here. You can look at the media that you took with the camera at the bottom. Right now we currently don't have any. You can look at accessories and things. You can check for updates. There's tutorials in Drone School there. It gives you information about your battery, how many pictures you've taken, and if you're connected to the Parrot Fly Pad. This is compatible with the Parrot Fly Pad, and I'll just show you that here in a second. This right here is the Parrot Fly Pad, and I recommend getting this and using this to fly this drone. Yeah, this is a good accessory to have to fly this particular mini drone. But once you've connected to this app, you would hit start. It gives you an option here to pick whether the propeller guards are installed or not. So I guess the flight characteristics would adjust accordingly. In this case, we have them on, so we would pick the hull having the propeller guards. And here are the typical controls. You have your auto takeoff and auto land right there. And there is some telemetry on this. Even though this is not a GPS quadcopter, it does give you some height and speed indication there. Right here's your battery power. This is, I guess, for hand landings. Here are your flips, and you've got many flip options here. Here you could take pictures. And let's see, I guess we could take a picture now. And you should see this surface here in the media. So if we go back to media, let's see here. And we go in there. So as you can see, it just takes pictures of the bottom of the quadcopter right there through that small little camera, which is a low-res standard definition camera. So going back to the drone, so you have your left throttle stick, right rudder stick. Here you've got, this will allow you to go back to the main menu, and here are your main options, and there are plenty of options here. You can change the flying style, whether you go normal, you know, for beginners, or indoors, drift, which I believe is a little faster, or mid-rate, and then racing to go really fast. And you may want to, if you're going to do racing, you may want to max out all these settings. So max throttle, you want to put that all the way up. Your piloting mode, and then there's some other other things here you could set, such as max inclination. You could set that all the way up. Max vertical speed, very fast, so 6.6 feet per second. And max rotation speed, your yaw rate, you could do that very fast right here at 100%. So you could set all these values up, and right here, your max altitude. So this maxes out at 82 feet, which is pretty high. And here you could, I guess you can calibrate the gyros, or flatten out the trims there. Here you can pick whether you perform banked turns or not. Banked turns, it basically turns and tilts more at an angle, while the non-banked turns kind of just turn while it's flat. So it's like in stabilized horizontal mode. Here we have FPV options. You can split the screen or change the HUD type. And right here you have some camera options. I believe this is if you use the 720p FPV camera attachment for this. And you can change the stream quality, anti-flickering. If an SD card is installed, this does not take any SD cards on it, but if you have the 720p HD racing FPV camera attachment on this, that does take an SD card, so you have options for that in there, and some Wi-Fi channel options. So that's essentially it. There's plenty of options here, and it's really cool how you can change all these parameters here. You know, your max speed, your inclination, your max height. It's pretty cool that you have control over all those parameters. So that's essentially it. The basic package of this just comes with a drone, and you pair it with your phone through Bluetooth, and you use it that way. And there are other packages of this that already come with the accessories. I believe there's an FPV package that comes with the FPV camera already, and the fly pad. And so very good combinations that you could do with this. So let's take it for a little flight and see what it does.